Democrats are absolutely freaking out at President Trump's pick for the U.S. Supreme Court. Hey everybody, I'm Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. Well, you have Democratic lawmakers who are flipping out over President Trump's pick for the U.S. Supreme Court. Justice Brett Kavanaugh is Trump's pick, and again, the leftists are absolutely losing it. I saw a piece earlier on Tuesday about how because of Kavanaugh, you could see contraception being banned in the United States. Now, is anyone really talking about this other than the Democrats? Absolutely not. But you have people who are on social media who are talking about the end of the United States. You have Joss Whedon, the director of some, really poor movies in Hollywood, who sent out a tweet. Even considering this nomination will cement the first American dictatorship. Wow. Yeah, they're absolutely freaking out about this. Chuck Schumer has laid out his plan, his grand plan, to block the path for Kavanaugh. This is what Politico reports. Senate Democrats can successfully orchestrate the rejection of Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said on Tuesday morning, if they can convince the American people that his confirmation will lead to the undoing of abortion rights and the Affordable Care Act by the U.S. Supreme Court. Now, if you go back to a 2006 confirmation hearing for Kavanaugh, he actually says in that hearing that Roe versus Wade is the law of the land. It sets precedent for the United States, and that the Supreme Court has ruled that way. But the left, they're losing their minds, and they want to convince everybody that Roe versus Wade is going to be automatically overturned. I actually don't think it's a slam dunk that Roe versus Wade is overturned because you don't know how Kavanaugh is going to vote. You don't know how Justice Gorsuch is going to vote, and you don't know how the Chief Justice, John Roberts, is going to rule on an issue like that. It's really all up in the air. The people freaking out about this really want to, gin up the vitriol in America, and they want to get the Democrats upset, and they want to try to energize their base. But when you look at the actual facts of everything, you don't actually see where it's a slam dunk that any of this is going to happen. Remember when it was a slam dunk that Chief Justice John Roberts was going to vote against Obamacare until he didn't? There's no slam dunk when it comes to the U.S. Supreme Court. So I'm not buying that Kavanaugh is automatically going to change the direction of the U.S. Supreme Court. And even if he did, remember, getting rid of Roe versus Wade doesn't outlaw abortion. All it does is give it back to the states for the states to decide, which is actually how it should be done. Listen, we've got a long time. I think the White House is now setting the table for about 66 days until a vote. They would like to see this thing happen in October. There's a lot that people are going to be dissecting, a lot of freak out that the left is going to have. They've lost their minds over this, and it's going to be fun to watch, in my opinion. For Republicans, this is why you voted for Donald Trump. For conservatives, this is why you voted for Donald Trump. Aren't you glad that Hillary Clinton is not in the White House right now and picking the justice who will replace Justice Kennedy? Aren't you happy about that? I know there were a lot of conservatives who were apprehensive about Donald Trump. I know that there are still conservatives who consider themselves never Trump. You should be happy that today Donald Trump is president of the United States. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM, 790 a.m. KFYO.